mercurial, immobile, strangely perfect. A brief flash, then it was lost among the trees, before, finally, another bend, another path, and once again, that damned sphere. I said nothing, as my mind rummaged for an explanation. Neither Liz nor the driver seemed to have seen anything unusual, and even if I had known what to say, speech was impossible over the roaring engine and rushing wind. The sphere and forest were soon behind us, and we returned to our own vehicle, sandwiched between the twinkling lake and a steep-sided rocky hillside. I kept quiet about what I'd seen as I jacked up the car, clambered underneath, and began working on the wheel. And that's when Tim began yelling. All I could see were his ankles and feet, but both he and Liz were making excited noises.
"Quick, get a look at this! What is that?"
I think I knew what I was going to see when I lurched to my feet. Glinting in the afternoon sunlight, it came gliding purposefully towards us over the lake, bobbing gently, as if carried on some vicious current. Although it looked exactly like the sphere I had already seen, it couldn't have been the same one, because it was approaching us from the opposite side of the lake, a third of a mile away. It flew right over our heads, perhaps 50 feet up, utterly silent, unhurried, yet somehow determined, and slunk out of sight, following the gentle contours of the ridge behind us. The whole thing took less than a minute.
"What was that?"
Liz spoke for us all. Emptiness filled the airwaves. Brains scrambled for answers. None came. Back under the car I went, unfastening a few more nuts, hoping to keep a creeping surge of anxiety in check. No chance.
"Holy shit! Here comes another one!"
yelled Tim. Scrabbling back out, I was just in time to see another sphere, identical to the last, ambling over the lake towards us, following exactly the same path as its predecessor. Up it went, over the ridge, as calmly as if it passed by there every day. I rushed into the car for a camera, but it was too late. The sphere was gone. No more followed. A strange enough story, and a true one, not unlike 1,000 other UFO tales. This one is made a little stranger by the fact that I was somewhat interested in UFOs at the time. Okay, I'll be honest. I was obsessed with UFOs at the time. I'd been fascinated with the supernatural and the anomalous all my life. I was reading H.G. Wells and Bram Stoker while most kids were still reading Enid Blyton. But somehow, during the late 1980s, UFOs gradually became a primary concern for me. In 1989, aged 16, I had my first sighting, in the south of Spain. A friend and I watched 9 glowing orange balls roll along the horizon in a steep sine wave pattern. I remember that they flowed, one after the other, as if moving through thick fluid, connected by an invisible thread. Neither I nor my friend had been particularly astounded by the scene, and alien spacecraft didn't even register on our list of possibilities, but I've often returned to the incident in my mind's eye and wondered, what was it that we saw? By the early 1990s, UFOs were it for me. In hindsight, I wonder if I was unconsciously caught in a premillennial zeitgeist, swept along, like many thousands of others, in the thrall of the stars. Between the sober, high-tech thrills of Timothy Good's UFO books, detailing apparently genuine military encounters with seemingly impossible aircraft, and the soul-wrenching alien abduction memoirs of Whitley Strieber, the possibility of alien contact, of life other than our own, of escape from this little island Earth, had become all too plausible. And now, I had seen another one. Compounding the high strangeness factor of our Yosemite incident was the book I had been reading on that leg of the journey, Into the Fringe by Carla Turner, a psychologist and UFO researcher who died of a brain tumor a year after our sighting. Her account of her family's UFO experiences.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.